So we just decided to take the engine apart just because we are seeing coolant being pushed back. The problem that we had the last time in the last video, we're seeing that keeping on happening, especially as we are under high load when the foot is really down on the ground and is doing its 0.8 valve boost. So we did a CO2 test by a company called, I think, Mike Radiators or something. They did a carbon monoxide test to check what was happening inside the coolant, and they detected some presence of carbon monoxide, which tells us that something is happening by the head gasket. So we pretty much have to replace that. Already we had ordered one from Toyota. The car pretty much starts, it drives well, it's actually got power. But nevertheless, we are going to take it apart. We just want things proper and perfect before we start doing some gnarly things on this car. So that's what's up. Taking the motor apart. I don't know when we are going to have this motor running again. Several months from now, weeks, I don't know. But that's what's up. That's what we are doing.
I thought so too, Candy. Oh, I think I want the stripe more than this one, huh? Candy. The nice part about importing stuff from United States.
See, master. I'll open this last. Bosch O2 sensor.
Shanga. No such thing.
And this is the...
Better be in there.
Here we go. It's quite small. Smaller than pot. Beautiful machine. And this is supposed to go on the 1JZ. This is supposed to go there. And then many other pins inside. What. Straightforward stuff.
Hello. That's all related. I just want to see some. Manga badare ma US is mutadzanga isa wani chati. Azviti ndarama. These guys. What is a business card is who
is this?
I don't need that.
Who is my tech support? Tech support. A business card. Okay, so those are the new goodies that just came through, and this is where we are. Everything is in pieces. Gearbox is off, exhaust is off, prop shaft is off. Everything has been removed. The car is pretty much on jack stands. I just got an engine lift. I'm about to take the engine out. Pretty much what we discovered is that we've got a leak by the head gasket. That's the reason why we are losing coolant. That's the reason why we are pushing coolant the way that you saw in the previous video. So we're pretty much going to be opening the engine up and changing the head gasket. That has been ordered through Toyota. So I was supposed to pick it up. This afternoon, but unfortunately I was quite busy. I couldn't pick it up, but I think I'll make a point to make sure that I pick it up tomorrow in the morning. So the engine in the morning, by tomorrow morning, it should be on the ground. And once it's on the ground, then we open it up. We are just going to tear it apart because now I want to make sure that everything is all right, everything is perfect on the car. We may have to even upgrade some of the internal components of the engine. I'm thinking about upgrading the engine bearings and so forth. But anyways, we're going to see. I'm going to look at everything now, take everything apart, look at everything, make sure everything is okay. Because if you've opened the engine, might as well do because you don't want to open it again. That's the story. I don't want to open it again for the second time, so I might as well just do everything. Anything that I might need to upgrade, I might as well just do it whilst the engine is out. So that's what we're going to be doing, and I hope this is going to be fun. Maybe we might not see the car as soon as tomorrow. We might not see the car as soon as a week from now. I don't know. Hopefully, fingers crossed, this doesn't turn out to be a nightmare job. But as you saw, we are planning big things with the car already. We had ordered an ECU black, an aftermarket ECU, which is the EMU black, and it has arrived with a bunch of its sensors, right? Not these, with a bunch of its sensors to accommodate the what we are going to be doing. So excited about this. I'm pretty much excited about this. We were not supposed to have gone all the way opening up everything is what is happening. It is just becoming an unexpected thing that is now happening since we started testing the car and saw that there are some issues. To tell you the truth, I haven't driven this car that much. I think the most I've driven this car is probably 12 kilometers, right? Anyway, I don't drive it every day, but the most I've driven it is 12 kilometers. I usually drive my daily driver, but the fact that after we had done some upgrades, like we upgraded the turbo, now we are starting to see an issue with the... That to me really broke my heart, and at this point I said, look, let's just take everything apart and start again. But as you have seen, we had planned big things. We had big things planned for the car. Aftermarket ECU, bunch of sensors to support that, and pretty much we were planning to go big with the car. Still my plan, nothing has changed. That's what we're going to be doing. But for now, the engine has to be taken apart. So every time we get something from the States, we always get sweets, and it's pretty much something which I enjoy doing, unboxing anything that comes from the States. It comes with something delicious. I guess it's a good culture. I don't think we do that here in Zimbabwe. I don't know what we'll send you from America, but this is cool.
Yeah. I'm not a candy guy, but I'm always looking forward to the now.
American shit. Good shit.
You're gonna have to censor that.
Yeah, I have to censor anything. Some good shit.
That's amazing.
I hope he doesn't have COVID. So this is a few days after we have taken off the engine, and pretty much everything is on the table. Everything has been taken apart, and we've just taken stock of what we're going to be putting back onto the vehicle and stuff that we're going to be buying new. One of those items is going to be the oil pump. This is the oil pump which we took off. Doesn't look like it's in the best state. It doesn't look like it is in the best condition. Now, I know previously we had seen some, when we got the car, which was like just over a year ago, it had some oil, presence of some oil sludge or some sludging of oil when we took off the oil pan, which told us that this car wasn't seeing frequent oil changes and so forth. So I just said to myself, look, whilst we have taken the oil pump off, I don't want it to go back. We're just going to get a fresh oil pump from Toyota, and then we start from there. Everything else was pretty much okay. I had, you guys know the assassin. He usually comes on the channel. He usually comes through to the workshop, and he helps us, especially with much more technical things when we're taking apart engine stuff, engine components, and so forth. So he came, he observed, he checked the bottom end of the engine. He's pretty much happy with that. He told us not to touch it. Everything is okay there. But we noticed that it has got leaking wash plugs, or those have been ordered. They're coming, they're on its way. What else did we order? We also ordered the front main seal because it was very leaky. We saw that as well. So pretty much that is the update. As of this morning, I'd already taken the head to the machine shop, and it's getting sorted. So they're also just going to do the valve stem seals as well. Nothing was wrong with the valve stem seals, but just because the head has already been taken out, you might as well sort out the stem seals as well. You might as well do the valve lapping and whatever you, simply because you've taken it out. This is not something I would want to do again. So that is being sorted. We're just waiting for them to finish. It's probably going to take them a few days. When they're done, it comes back. Oil pump will probably arrive sometime next week. Then what else? And then the wash plugs, I think a few days from now, I think I just have to go and pick them up. And then I think everything should be fine. So this is where we are at, right? That is where we are at. And then afterwards, I'm just going to sort out the wiring harness for the ECU that we had purchased. So I guess after that, we're going to see. I hope afterwards, after all that, everything is going to be in proper condition. Now, before I even install an aftermarket ECU, before we even start going crazy, it has to pass. It has to pass my endurance test. I should be able to drive this car as far as Mutare. I should be able to drive this car as far as Bulawayo, and be happy that everything is okay with this car. So before we even talk about going further with what we have done so far, I have to do a road trip. I'm going to do a road trip either to Mutare, I'm going to do a road trip, or maybe to Bulawayo. We'll just see with the time and the resources that are available where I'm going to be going. But first we have to do that, and then we can start building on top of what we had already done. So that's some exciting news, and also not so exciting news. This is not a very good look, right, for the Black Mamba. This is not something that would make me happy, right? No one enjoys watching their car in pieces like this, but I mean, look, with what we want to achieve, we just had to go this way. Again, I think maybe sometime later on I'm going to do a video talking about cost, right? Because I think cost is, people have come to me so many times and asked me how much does it cost you to put everything together the way that we have done on both the vehicles, the Mark II and the Alteza. I'll probably do a video about that, and I'll get into depth. We'll discuss all the costs and everything, so that you fully understand. But at this point, a part of me is kind of not so. A part of me says that we would have been better off if we had purchased this one Jzx engine from South Africa rather than locally. That's what a part of me is saying. But nevertheless, it doesn't matter. We are already here. And also I've also been learning new things, taking this whole thing apart. So the lessons have been priceless, really. The lessons have been priceless. Taking this whole thing apart and having to start from scratch and what have you. This has been lessons for us here. So I cannot. What I have learned is probably worth a lot more than saving a few bucks in my view. So anyways, this is where we are at. Maybe in the next update we'll be telling you what we have done, where we are. Maybe the car will be starting. That's what we are looking forward to. I know from the last video, even when I said we're going to be updating you what we would have done with the cooling issue, I didn't think we were going to get to a point where we have to take the entire car in pieces. But anyway, this is where we... Oh, one more side note before I close this video. So a lot of people have... some people have gotten in touch with me about the gearbox that I'm using. I think I already told you that I'm using BMW transmission, which is a GS6 something 53 DZ, which comes from a BMW 5 Series, right? And this is the gearbox. So when we took the car, when we took it apart, when we took everything apart, we had to check if everything was still in good condition, because every time I'm driving this car, I always drive it hard. So I checked the gearbox. Everything is all right with the gearbox, right? This thing has impressed me. That's what I want to tell you. It has impressed me beyond doubt. The only thing which I may have to change is this rubber coupling, because I've been doing a lot of sideways action. I've been doing a lot of launches, and I didn't get this coupling as brand new. But otherwise, other than that, this is a solid gearbox. If you are thinking of doing a 1JZ swap and you are limited to your options in terms of gearboxes, this is what I want to direct you to. In fact, if you do your research, they say it's able to, according to ZF's website, it's supposed to take 600 Newton meters of torque. But if you go in the forums, you hear people talking about those gearbox going about 1,400 Newton meters of torque. That's what they say. But I'm very much impressed with that gearbox so far. I even checked the clutch as well. I even checked the flywheel. That is on. Everything is really intact, and I've been driving this thing hard. I don't want to lie. Everything is so intact. So huge shout out to PMC Motorsports for supplying that kit, that conversion kit, and yeah, that gearbox has surprised me. Yeah, so that's all I wanted to say. Anyways, I'll see you again in the next video, and thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Cheers.